bolt it up, attach the steering lock, connect the fuel, make sure we connect to a battery, connect our test harness, and remove the airbox so that I can get to the controls. Right, shall we start her up? Okay, here we go. Ignition on. So we've got a really lovely Yami 115 EFI here, and it's going on a Raider 18. This is what you call a match made in heaven. The boat and engine are perfectly matched. So if you fancy, come with me and I'll talk you through the fitting process that we go through. First of all, take the old engine off. Obviously the old engine is off and scrapped because it was a dead one. That was a 100 Mercury 4-stroke. We've cleaned up the steering. Customer doesn't want new hydraulic steering. I did offer it to them, but they weren't keen. I've passed all the rigging through a nice new rig tube because there was no rig tube on it before. I have fully serviced the engine top to bottom. I've rebuilt the gearbox. I've put a new impeller and cup in. I've serviced the power tilt and trim system. I have replaced the engine oil, obviously the gear oil. I've replaced the engine oil, oil filter, fuel filter. I've cleaned and flushed the fuel system. I've replaced all the anodes, top to bottom, every anode. And I have also fitted a new thermostat. I have tested the engine under load and I've plugged it into the diagnostics. So this is the typical used engine that we sell. That's what we're known for, doing a really good job of used stuff, so it never ever lets you down. And we back everyone with a 6-month parts and labour guarantee. Anyway, enough of the gratuitous plugging. Let's have a little look. So we've got a rig tube. I need to fit that, but what I need to do before I fit that is marry the cables and everything up to the engine. So I'll mount the engine to the boat. This is actually clean. It's just a bit stained, but I have cleaned it thoroughly. Up in the cabin, let's just jump upstairs. I have fitted already, for your viewing pleasure, a nice fresh Yami remote control box, a Yami tacho, and a little aftermarket hour meter, because there were 2 gauge holes with the old one, but the Yami only uses 1 gauge, so I fitted an hour meter as well so we can tell his servicing schedule. The wiring is all still loose. There's a reason behind that. I put a new water separating filter on there. The reason you do that is when you fit in a rig tube and there's not much space to lose cabling, generally you'll fit the engine first, marry the cables and stuff up to the motor, fit the rig tube into the side, and then you go back to here, tightening all the cables, and then we can lose the cables up underneath this gunnel here. We could also lose cables down at the stern there. It looks like there's some been lost, but generally fishermen, they're always throwing fuel tanks and bait boxes and weights. I mean, I am one, so I'm not slagging them off, up in the stern, so you don't really want a great deal of stuff there that can get damaged. So we'll put all our cabling up here. All right, let's get the engine fitted, shall we? So we're going to fit the engine with help from Forky McForkerson. She's trusty, she's a little bit tired. I'm wanting a new one, but I can't afford it at the moment, so that's going to have to wait for another season. Sorry, I'm fitting the engine. I'm using a chain. Some people prefer to use strops, but I just find a chain so quick and easy. You're not going to damage the forks on the forklift. And it's just quick and easy to get exactly the right height. With strops it just takes a bit longer. Alright, let's lift her. Listen to that baby purr. Okay, so the engine's going to need to go up 6 inches or so. And then we're going to need to fit the steering cable. So let's pop her up a bit. Steering cable now. So, steering cable, when you're fitting, you want to lather this with grease and then slonk it in there. So let's get some grease. Okay, so we've got greasy. It's important to leave that out while you whop it in, so that then you can bring that back in once this is in there. Bring this back in and it squirts all that grease down into the steering cable. My dad taught me that, and I'm very grateful for that, along with many other things that he taught me. He was an all-round fantastic engineer, Bill, I am. So make sure you get as much of this grease in there as you possibly can. Packed, with that expression, packed with grease. There we go. So you can imagine all that once it, hold on, let me come around this side. Once that squirts back in there, it's just going to squeeze all the grease down that way. Pretty cool, huh? Right, I'll nip that up. I'll put a little dust cover on there, and then we'll mount the engine. On the port side, we've connected the control cables. We've fed all the cables in through this rig tube, nicely taped and cable tied, neat. Need a little bit more grease on here and in there. A little bit of grease on the induction airbox bolts. So yeah, we're just about right there now. Airbox can go on. Okay, so that's the wiring done, nice and neat. No interference with the hood catch. Manifold fitted. Grommet nice. So we're ready to put a cowling on this. Put the power head, the flywheel cover on, and then we're going to call that bit done. There she is. Let's get a bit of squirty on the rig tube. Oh yeah. Got our screws, self tappers. Got our driver. Nice. Nice. Nice.